Joints and joint pain. How to regenerate, rebuild and reconstruct your cartilage and your tendons. Are you tired of living with joint pain and limited mobility? Now imagine moving freely without pain and without the need for surgery and invasive treatments. So in this video, I'm going to reveal the secrets to build your cartilage and your tendons in a natural way. Stay with me with it till I take you to the end. This is the strategy here. I'm going to explain to you step by step how do you take it to move yourself from joint pain to pain-free mobility naturally. And at the end, you're going to have rebuilt cartilage where you can actually move freely without the pain that you've been experiencing, if that is something you're looking for in terms of answers in a natural way. I'm Alan Warnitz. I'm a nutrition expert and I help people restore their health with the use of nutrition. So let me share with you the strategies here. So before we go through the process, let's go a bit of an understanding on your bone and your cartilage. So here's your bone and here's your bones here. And by your bones here, attached to your bone is your cartilage here. So this is your cartilage here. So this acts like a cushion. So the bones, when you are doing bone movement, it does not touch. It's kept separated and there's a cushion so it doesn't touch and it allows free movement. That's how you have it when you're young, before you've had any form of accidents or surgeries. Everything moves freely. So when you're in your 20s, everything is moving freely. So by the time you get to 30, 40, 50, there's an injury, there's an impact, there's arthritis, all of these things. By the time you're 60, this all becomes very painful and you can hardly walk. So some people end up in a wheelchair. So if that has happened to you, just rest assured, stay with me. I will show you the natural way of fixing this. So you've got a cushion here. So in between the cushion, there's also a little pocket here, which has got a fluid in there called synovial fluid. This fluid helps with lubrication. So you need that type of oil for lubrication. If you have rheumatoid arthritis, it breaks the sac, you lose the fluid, and it just worsens the condition. And then you have inflammation. Inflammation allows viruses and bacteria to come and eat up your cartilage, so that it eats up cartilage. There's inflammation that happens. Normally the damage happens with ultraviolet, with inflammation. If you have uncontrolled inflammation, it breaks it down. If you have arthritis, you have calcium coming to deposit there. Calcium should never deposit there, so it hardens the cartilage, so that cushion now becomes hard. It's like cements it. When you're eating junk foods actually increase inflammation, so you need to learn about junk foods. I give you separate information on junk foods and how to reduce inflammation naturally. If you've had operations in the past because of past injuries or accidents, and you've had chronic diseases, all these add to this problem. So if you've got all of these things, this is another thing that you need to do. You need to also start working on reducing the inflammation with foods and supplements. In separate videos, I explain how to protect your body from inflammation and how to reduce the ongoing inflammation that causes the damage. Because if you try and fix the cartilage with what I'm going to give you and you continue with the inflammation, you are going to be on a losing battle, because you're going to be providing the materials, but at the same time it gets destroyed. So you have to also prevent the destruction. The video is not about the inflammation. I have separate videos. You can go to my YouTube channel and you can find the videos on that, on how to protect the body from inflammation. So here I'm going to teach you about how to reconstruct and regenerate collagen. Maybe you believe, or you've been told, that collagen or your joint, your cartilage and all that cannot be reconstructed. Rest assured it can be, as long when you understand what happens. What tends to happen sometimes, you learn about it, you got all the raw materials that is needed to build your joints, you go and buy all the raw materials, you buy the supplements, but it doesn't change. There's a reason it does change. There's one thing that's missing, which I'm going to explain at a later stage now, by the end of the video. What is it? It's a signaling molecule that needs to be present that actually switches on the biochemical process. So I will go over that as well. So now that we understand the bone, and you've got the cushion and you've got the tendons which are holding the bones together. Sometimes you can have a tendon that is damaged because of extreme sports, that you might need an operation that also gives you limited mobility now. So if you're a sports person, you've had knee injuries or you've had back injuries and your tendons and have been damaged and you had an operation. I have a client who's had an operation with his tendons was fixed in his knee. But he wasn't as mobile as he used to be. He's a coach, he's a cricket coach. And within 2.5 months of following these instructions, he got his full recovery of his knees and he was able to do a full squat. In my YouTube channel, I have a video of that which shows you how he is actually squatting after 2.5 months, yet 14 years of after 14 years of the repair, nothing happened, but 2.5 months of following this thing changed. So I have enough of evidence, I have enough of clients that I've helped that have restored their joints. I have many others. So this one is a sort of impactful testimonial that I got, which you can watch on a video. So now let's start and let's go over the strategy now. What are the steps that will take you to becoming pain-free with mobility and done naturally? So it starts with stem cells. If you've heard of stem cells is like a virgin cell. Your body is made up of stem cells. When you're born, it starts with the stem cells, and then stem cells starts making all your organs. It makes your brain cells, it makes your skin, it makes your nails. All of your body stems from stem cells. It comes from stem cell. So as you get older, by the time you're 30, your body's stem cell activity has reduced by 50%. So by the time you're 60, your stem cell activity has reduced by 10%. So you've got 10%. What is the use of stem cell is when you have an injury at 20 years old, you have a young person, a teenager who's had an injury, broke a bone or has had a cut, you know, and you've observed it, that the injury gets healed very, very fast. The speed is very fast. Why is it fast? It's because there's enough stem cells active in the body at 20, 30. By the time you're 30 years old, that speed of healing reduces. By the time you're 60 or 70 or 80, sometimes you don't even do healing or operations. Wounds don't heal. Why? Because the stem cells are not active. Now, there is a way of activating your stem cells and bringing your stem cells back to the same level as a 20-year-old, which I will explain a little bit later. And this is what is needed for you to actually regenerate the cells. So if you're at your 60s and healing is not happening, rest assured it can happen as long as I will show you how to activate the stem cells. The stem cells are the virgin cells that will go and make new cartilage. But there's a process to making cartilage. It has to go through this step, until it becomes cartilage. So there's 1, 2, 3 steps. So I'm going to go through each step here. So from stem cell to new cartilage, it takes those steps here. So that's the strategy. So strategy means you have to do this one first, then this one, then this one next to have your cartilage. So if you jump any of these things, you probably find why you're not getting cartilage, why it's not being rebuilt, because a step has been jumped here. So I'm going to show you every step and what has to be in place so that you will understand why it didn't work in the past, and you have now that hope that this is going to happen. And I know it will happen because I've done it. I've seen my clients doing it. So you can be the next one who will actually get the benefit of it. So we started with the stem cells. So the stem cells now, there's the steps and it needs that signal. That signal will come to there and builds the new cartilage. So through each step, there's the signal. So before I get to the signal, I'm going to show you the biochemistry. In other words, the supplementation and biochemistry that is needed that will make this happen, and then the signaling will just activate and put the switch on because the switches have gone off. As you get older, your genes switch off. Your genes are on when you're 20 years old, builds collagen and builds all these things because all of that, the signals are there. But as you get older, that signal switches off. So I'm going to show you a way of switching on the signal so that at a 60-year-old or 50-year-old body, your body is healing like a 20-year-old body because it has that signal molecule. So now it moves from the stem cell, which is the virgin cell, into a chondrocyte. What is a chondrocyte? Is a special cell which is only in the cartilage. So you need to have the production of chondrocytes. So you get that with the supplementation that I'm going to explain now. So from chondrocyte, then that chondrocyte will become collagen. You've heard of collagen. Collagen is what helps you with your skin. It helps remove wrinkles. It helps remove lines. And collagen is also the materials for your cartilage and your tendons. So now, how do you make collagen? You make collagen with the amino acid lysine, proline, and glycine, and vitamin C. Vitamin C is a catalyst, so that helps with the chemical process to happen, but you need the lysine, proline. So now, if you don't have lysine, proline, and glycine, and you don't have vitamin C, no collagen is made. Now, once you've got this, once the collagen is made, then you have the signaling molecule coming there. That now does a conversion into cartilage. So from collagen becomes cartilage. How do you make cartilage? You need the supplementation called glucosamine and chondroitin. You can buy that separately, or you can buy collagen type 2 and add to it omega-3, vitamin C, zinc, vitamin D, and manganese. So these are what helps to make your cartilage. But when you eat healthy as well, you're providing the proteins, because most of this comes from proteins. You can do bone broth as well, which will provide the collagen. So all these will help provide the raw materials. So now that you've seen that now, this is the sequence of events now. What is that signaling molecule? That signaling molecule is called GHK-Cu, copper peptide. GHK, G for glycine, H for histidine, and K, lysine. It's a combination of glycine, histidine, and lysine together with copper. So copper is a very, very important mineral that is needed for the production of the copper peptide. Now you can do some research in copper peptides. Copper peptide has been known since the 1970s. A lot of research. You can buy copper peptides online. You can buy them as supplementation as well. The only problem with it is they're a bit complicated. Some of them need to be injected. So there's complications that come with it. However, it has been known for a while and is one of those signaling molecules and actually is a form of anti-aging. What it does, when your copper peptides go up, it actually activates your stem cells. So if I do a graph here of your copper peptide, when you are in your 20s, your copper peptide is at its highest level, it's at its optimum level, and as you get older, the copper peptide levels drop down, and by the time you're at 60 years old, your copper peptide levels are at 10%. So when the copper peptide is at 10%, the body does not respond because it doesn't see any signals. So what I wanted to share with you is that thing that's been missing that I'm sharing with you. The copper peptide, as I said, has existed, but being expensive and not being well promoted, nobody much knows about it. However, now there is a new way of actually bringing the copper peptide up in a very, very affordable way using infrared radiation, which is called using phototherapy. So you can use phototherapy or infrared. You've probably seen infrared masks, you've probably seen infrared beds. You can do this. Unfortunately, with infrared masks and bed, you need an external source of energy. You need time off. You need to probably travel at the health practitioner or the doctor for you to get your infrared and to raise your copper peptide. And it only happens within 20 minutes, half an hour, and you have to do it over months. So it's a bit cumbersome and it's not actually practical. So what other way can you raise the copper peptide using infrared? Now your body actually emits infrared. The heat that comes out of your body is infrared. Now if you can find a way to take that heat that comes out of your body and send it back into your body to activate your cells, to put in the signals so that the copper peptides now can go up. When you can do this, then now this is something that actually will be a transformative way of healing your body, because you've got all the materials. You've got lysine, proline, glycine, you've got glucosamine, chondroitin, collagen, type 2, omega 3, you've got all the signal. You're actually preventing your body from actually being damaged with inflammation. You've got all of that in place, but you don't have copper peptide. So now how do you raise your copper peptide without having it to be injected? There's a way, because you're using your own infrared light. There's a patch that you can use. It's made by LifeWave, patch X39, LifeWave X39. That patch, you put your patch on your body, it has a crystal in there. The infrared comes out, it reflects the crystal back into the body. The body receives that infrared light, and that infrared light starts activating the copper peptide. The copper peptide comes back to like 100%. So if you're 60 years old, it will come back to 100% within 6 months. If you're in your 40s, it will come up to 100% within 4 months. It takes 1 month per decade of age to raise your levels of copper peptide. So now once you've raised this, you're in your 60s now, and you've taken 6 months and you've raised your copper peptide to 100%. You've raised it to the same level as a 20-year-old. Now every healing that happens is going to happen at the same rate that you are and when you're 20 years old, because now it has activated your stem cells. Your stem cells have gone dormant. The stem cells are there. They are dormant. The moment the copper peptide goes up, the body responds. It activates the stem cells. So now your stem cells, your virgin cells are available. They say, I'm here. Where do you need repair? Oh, you need repair in the joints here. I'm coming there. The stem cell becomes a chondrocyte, then becomes collagen, then becomes cartilage. That's the trick. This is the strategy here. So I hope you found some answers here. That is something for you to experiment, to actually try it. There's no harm in it. If you're in your 60s, give it a 6 month to a 1 year process, because the body, if you've had damage in the joints, there's probably damage in other parts of your body. So it could take more time to repair it, because the body might decide it needs to go and repair your liver. It might go and need to repair your heart, and then it will come to the joints. But for you, you want your joints, so you'll have to give it time, 6 months to a year, to give time for every part of the body, because the stem cells decide where it goes to fix. Because once you've activated the stem cells by raising the copper peptide, then it goes and fixes it, and it will go and fix that as well. But I don't know when. So that's why I say give it time. This is not a quick fix. If you're in your 60s or in your 50s or 60s, it took a long time to damage your body. So do not expect within a week, 2 weeks, 1 month, and come back to me and say, I tried it, it didn't work, or let me do a 1 month trial. Doesn't work. You commit yourself to at least 3 months to 6 months of it. That the worst you're going to lose is money, but you're not, the best that's going to happen is you're going to get these results. And I know it happens. I've seen it. I'm in this game. I've seen it. So that's why I'm promoting to you that this works. So that's how you do it. Now, if you need some help, if you want me to help you through this strategy, I offer a free 30-minute health consultation. The link is provided in the description in the video. You go to the description, you find the link, click on it. You can book a time with me. It's a 30-minute free session. I will meet with you. You will tell me your story. I will tell you, okay, these are the things to do. Ask me any question. I will provide it. And afterwards, we will be in touch and I will keep you and I will walk with you on that journey. I will help you with providing a map that will take you to this goal that you have. As I said at the beginning, imagine you're moving freely and pain-free without the need of surgery. So even if you've had surgery, this can be repaired. My client who had surgery in his knees within 2.5 months of raising his copper peptides had full recovery of his knees. He could squat. You can go in my YouTube channel and watch the video. It's there. If you want me to share it with you, I'll share it with you as well when we do the consultation. Thank you for listening. I hope this has helped you. I hope this has revealed something new and fresh and giving you a fresh hope that something can be done about your problems. And who knows that you can reverse aging as well with the raising of copper peptide. There's so many other benefits you can get out of it. I look forward to meeting you, and I'm happy that you found some value to that. And stay well, and let's meet and let's share this information. Please share this information. You can subscribe to my channel, share it so that it grows and people get to learn how to live joint pain free.